life of the traveler.
Hey
I'm
guys.
learning more about you all the time.
Okay, let's go and set up the timer first. Oh, that was quick. It was 5 just about.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.
Oh no, wait. I think I got it wrong. The following day. It says the following day. So have until. Alright. Here we go.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Alright, so I'll stop here because I still have to do my daily quest. I'll be quick about it though. Hello.
Astrologers must rid themselves
I
of
got
material
everything.
desires. Only by ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around them.
I'm done with my task. Remember how I said in a previous video where I didn't know whether this guy was a I thought that this guy was a catalyst because of this one, but according to the weapon banner, he's actually an archer. Yeah. It's so weird. This almost looked like a catalyst to me. Anyway.
Fate is called as such for it.
Anyways, let's go back to Sumeru.
It can only but be accepted.
Oh, it's Ningguang's birthday? Probably missed that. It's time to head back to Sumeru. There's so many waypoints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just in one area. Oh, there's also a domain near there. Okay.
Scry the sky.
I'm having so much fun with this sort of transport.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time.
No need to worry, little one.
Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
How long has it been since she's back from Sumeru?
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
Wait, you're really going to tell us? But isn't there something like patient confidentiality?
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma.
Honorary knight.
So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because, well, because Kale asked me to.
So he does have permission.
And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
I see. A silly over here.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
But but there is a cure, right? I mean, Kali seems to be fine now, so there has to be a cure. Or is it the medicine she's currently taking?
That sounds terrifying.
They lose all control over their body?
Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself.
So is there any cure for Elazar?
With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
Oh, that was during the time of the manga.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation.
Well, the Fatuis are all over the place. It's quite impossible for no one to know them.
Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
Well, it's her thing. It's her issue, so She has a right to keep it a secret if she wants to.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Yeah.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
How's Kale's condition now?
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us.
Yeah, and so that Tainari could have a better eye on Kale.
Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Wait, can we come along?
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as Lunar Lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Nilot Pala?
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar Lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar Lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Paimon, never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
But it's kind of weird. Why call it, they call it Lunar Lotus, but there is a close and open exclamation mark. Nilot Pala? Why not just call it Nilot Pala then? Oh!
Take flight. Let me scry. My apologies. Take flight.
Wait, I'm seeing there are a lot of things popping up.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Oh, right. I see a lot, but first, let's head to the, maybe I shouldn't have gone to switch to possible. Oh no. Ah, close call.
The wind knows me.
There's already a world quest? Oh! Oh. You got the dendro. I saw dendro. Wait. Cluster leaves of cultivation and 4-leaf sigils. You will sometimes come across cluster leaves of cultivation in Sumeru, which will scatter 4-leaf sigils around when they come into contact with dendro. Use these objects to make your adventure in Sumeru easier. Okay. So, I need a traveler. Because he's the only
Just what
one.
will we come across this time?
He's the only current character I have with dendro element. Wait. Oh no. Wait. Oh, there was actually no need to.
All right, let's head off.
But wait a minute. Here is.
Solidify!
Oh, I just had my experience of of the dendro weather effect, I think. Wait, I think there's another waypoint near here. Wait, I see a dendro. Gotcha. Oh, was that the Sumeru? There's also another one. But I'm getting sidetracked.
to the wind.
Oh, so that's Sumeru's version of the Woofer flower. No, it's different. But I thought I saw those flaming flowers. Oh. Oh no, it's the flaming. Oh, you're right. The flaming flower is actually not dropped by the Woofer flower. Sorry, my mistake. A lot of time. I think it's this purple one.
Alright, we've gathered enough Lunar Lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things I need.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, it's a forest.
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Talk to Amir.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a Withering Zone.
Withering Zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
Is it this one?
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading, so we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
We may not have vision, but we do have the dendro element.
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the Withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the Withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a Withering Zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a Withering Zone and find a way to deal with it.
I might be able to help with this. I can also control the elements.
But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
Alright, let's go and see what this Withering Zone is about. This is definitely the weather effect here at Sumeru. Oh, I'm already have an idea. Dreadful Withering. The Withering is not a fixed location. Instead, it refers to the area that has been corroded by some of mysterious and ominous power. In these areas, characters will accumulate decay. The speed of this accumulation will differ depending on the Withering Zone you're in. Depending on how much decay you have accumulated, all your party members will have all element physical resistant and max HP decreased. This task will decrease more in accordance with decay occurred. Dreadful Withering. If you remain within the Withering Zone after you fully accumulate decay, all your party members will fall. Only the party members, not the person on the field? You must use the power of Dendrogana to clear the Withering away. Only via this method can you destroy the Withering branches that spread when corrosive. Only when all the Withering branches within a Withering Zone are destroyed can the tumor of the Withering at the beating heart be destroyed. Most Withering Zone can be destroyed this way, but within the Withering Zone, candles of life and flames of life may appear and help to decrease the accumulation of decay. Prepare for the worst before entering the Withering Zones. Okay.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the Withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that Withering Zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the Withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved.
Gotcha. Let's do this.
Thank you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing after all.
Yeah.
Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the Withering Zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready then? Let's go.
So we're not yet at the... We're not actually inside the zone yet, but I can already see the effects just from afar.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering Zone.
Tip! The wind knows me.
Wait. I need a traveler, I forgot. Probably need a traveler.
My apologies.
This world is full of unsolved...
Is this some kind of protection?
Whirling snow!
Propagate!
My apologies!
Scatter!
Wait. Wait, how are we supposed to get rid of it? Destroys person. When charge attacks any shots, hit then Dragona will attack. Oh, okay. Charge. But that's. Oh.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Shadows of fate!
Now, destroy the tumors of the Withering.
Still need a lot. Oh, I don't actually need to attack it.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now!
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this.
It's because he said that this area was cleared before.
Recently, the rate at which the Withering Zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that Withering Zone, it won't be long before another one appears.
Yeah, that's the problem.
If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The Withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the Withering Zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of Withering Zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Wait, could it be that the illness Elazar have something connection with the Withering Zone?
Huh? Well, why is that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions.
Is there no way to permanently get rid of the Withering?
No, none that we know of. The Withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Herman's soul before?
Herman's soul? I think I've heard it somewhere. No, I haven't.
Herman's soul is a tree located deep beneath the surface, although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards.
Wait, could it be that we saw in our dream is the Irminsul?
I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface.
Spreading, extending. A massive cavern. Sounds a lot like what I saw when I lost consciousness in the cave. Exactly.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it.
Huh? You mean Irminsul is sick?
That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
So I guess I don't really need a Dendro character.
All right, let's head off.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The Withering Zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry.
But wait, Tainara is the only vision wielder in here. Isn't it a little bit difficult? What if multiple Withering Zones appear then? Tainara can't be in so many places at one time.
Huh. Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia!
What?
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, so her name's Hypatia?
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first. Oh.
Doesn't seem to be an emergency from the sound
So
of
what's
it.
it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it.
It's nothing emergency except it's a pain in the head, I guess.
Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Oh, so that's
Yes.
why.
Allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
And from the sound of it, it doesn't even seem to be any kind of lettering.
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Well, if we're safe to approach.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Yeah. Doug.
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
It's a light and refreshing fragrance. No unusual feelings this time.
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy?
No. Not anymore.
But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious?
What I saw weren't hallucinations, were they?
That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you.
Well, I did get a feeling.
Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you.
So what exactly was it that I saw?
When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
Oh.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
Exactly.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment.
It's probably going to write a letter. Or, no, he's going to give us the rations. What a cute little bird.
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have.
Thank you.
No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Anyway, please take good care of Hypatia. I'll go prepare Kale's medicine now. Using the Lunar Lotuses while they're still fresh will significantly boost their effectiveness. Rest assured, Kale will recover quickly as long as she has her medicine.
Dangers. Danger within the Withering Zone. There are other perils within the Withering Zone from decay. Monsters that have been corroded by this environment, fetid bows that grow in the area will attack characters within, causing decay to accumulate. In addition, the Tumor of the Withering will exhort disciples of decay to come forth and attack attack. What? Disciples of decay? There are monsters who have utterly fallen under the influence of the Withering and have the protection of the Withering against damage. Use Dendro or Dendrogana to effectively destroy the shields guarding these monsters. Oh no. You're kidding me. Hydra and Dendro, the bloom reaction will be triggered, creating Dendro cores. Only a certain number of dendrocores can exist at the same time. If new ones are created once this limit is reached, or if the duration of the existing dendrocores ends, the pre-existing dendrocores will explode, dealing AoE dendro damage. Is the AoE dendro damage only for the enemy, or are we affected? When dendrocores come into contact with Pyro, they will trigger Burgion, causing even greater AoE dendro damage. When dendrocores come into contact with Electro, they will trigger Hyperbloom and transform into homing, sprawling shots. Okay. But, I think, that'll be it for today. It's already so late. I'll see you guys in the next video. Wait, just a minute. I want to check on the,
Into the wind.
that, I want to check on that tiger looking creature. He's
Time to
still
go.
there. He's not going to attack us unless we attack him first. It's nice. Yeah, he's relaxing. And yeah, I guess that'll be it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.